Well, I talked to 5 of them in person. The rest of them I talked to on the phone, and I'm going to meet with them today a little bit later on as a group. The thing that I've been really proud of these guys is how they've stuck with each other through all the rumors and all the speculation. Every day those guys, wherever they are, and they've been all around the world. Obviously Yorgos being overseas and, everybody else, back in their respective cities. And just how, they group chatted and messaged and all that stuff that I don't know what to do or how to do. But, they've done a great job of staying with each other and just really bonding. And look, I think everybody that knows this team knows how close they are, but I think they've even come closer, and that's going to benefit them greatly down the road and for next season. With the high expectations that they have, obviously the closer you are as a team, the better chance you have to win, and that's what these guys have done. I'm looking forward to seeing them all today and getting together with them. It's going to be really emotional, for me to be in there with them as a team, to just talk to them and let them know, how much I'm going to be pulling for them and cheering for them, and I'll be back, for football games, and obviously always going to want to stop by and see those guys and see how they're doing, but it's to answer your question, Randy, yes, I have talked to all of them, 5 of them in person. Look, obviously I would have been very happy being here for my entire career, and I wasn't lying about that. I really would have. There's been a lot of things out there about, well, he talked to these teams. Well, I counted 11 teams have called me the last 3 years, and I've never really let them get anywhere, except for this last one with Chicago. And, I wouldn't have left this opportunity for very many situations. Chicago obviously being one of them that I would at least entertain. And then as we continue to talk and looking at the roster and looking at that team, looking at a city that I was familiar with and an organization that I was familiar with, and knowing people, I spoke to the group at the United Center last week, and I knew 20 people in that room, and that's at least brings some familiarity to the situation as opposed to walking into somebody completely new. A couple years ago, I did talk to another college team, but at that time I realized, and I think if you look at the way my contract was structured, I wasn't going to leave Iowa State for another college, and I realized that at that time that it was so good here, so comfortable here. And then, when I talked about this last week, or earlier in the week, I should say, that I wasn't going to leave this for very many situations. And again, there was probably a handful of jobs in the NBA that I would have at least considered, not to guarantee that I would have left. But yes, I have talked to a lot of teams. I've never let it really get to the point of negotiations, with exception of this last one in Chicago. And we just looked at it as such an unbelievable opportunity to eventually want to coach in that league that would have been very difficult to pass up. I think it's, just looking at it, it's obviously going to be a wide range of different types of coaches, different personalities, people with head coaching experience, people without head coaching experience. So that's the thing that, I know when Jamie and Dr. Leith, are involved in the interview process, what are the characteristics that will make for the candidate to have long-term success here? As far as what did you ask me? What was it? What do I think is important for the next coach? Qualities in the head coach. Just somebody that's going to come in here and hopefully build on the success that we've had. And again, Jamie will figure all that throughout the interview process. There's been obviously rumors that TJ was brought back to be my. That's not true. It's absolutely not the case. I brought TJ back because of a great amount of respect that I had for him and the great job that he did for me here when I was early in my coaching career. I think TJ is going to be a terrific coach. There's no doubt in my mind, that TJ will be a terrific coach. But again, Jamie's the guy that I'm confident will make the right hire. But yeah, when I brought TJ back here, again, guys, it was all about bringing somebody back, not only that I had a great relationship with, but also a guy that had a great relationship with our existing players. Yeah, well, sure it is. It's and again, I think Jamie said it best, when he was talking about it on the tailgate tour, where you can't, unfortunately, time sometimes when a situation comes available. And, it is hard leaving this team. There's no doubt about it. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, yeah, it's easy to leave because of what the situation is and what it entails, but it's difficult. And that's why it was such a hard decision when we were going through everything on the positive, the pluses, the minuses, and we were writing everything down on, do you move on to a situation? And obviously one of the things that would have kept me here are the guys in the roster. I don't know if there ever would be a good time to leave, but what I'm comfortable in is, the health of Iowa State basketball program is really good right now. And whoever is named the head coach, whenever that happens, is coming into a great situation. And they're going to be able, with a team that I think is built to compete at the championship level, will be stepping into a great situation and be able to put their style of play in and continue to recruit the type of player that you have to compete for Big 12 championships and compete for national championships. So, I guess it's similar to my last year when Johnny stepped aside and Tim came in, where we had 6 seniors on that team. There's 4 seniors on this team. They're all going to be huge parts of the success of this group next year. So, that gave Tim an opportunity to come in and have success with our group and continue to recruit at a high level. So, that gives the next guy that comes in here a great opportunity. And, and that I'm at peace with, absolutely. 2 of the most important hires I had that first year were Bobby Lutz, who was coming off 12 years as a head coach at the University of Charlotte, being a first-time guy, to really help walk me through all the different things that it takes to be a head coach, and that's from A to Z. And there's a lot of things involved in that. It's not just the X's and O's. It is everything involved with being a head coach for the first time, and there's a lot of things in that. And the other one was keeping TJ here on board. And TJ, I thought had done a terrific job of getting very talented players here to Iowa State. So I wanted to continue on that. When TJ left for a couple years, I obviously when we had some openings, I brought in Doc Sadler. I didn't anticipate that Doc would leave, and then we hired Charlie, and then promoted him. And then when we had Matt leave, that's when I thought it'd be a good time to bring TJ back, just because of the relationship, not only that I had with him, but I thought it was important to transition to the next guy to have great relationships with our players, and TJ certainly had that. It's always something that you have to talk through with your family whenever you make the life change that we are currently going through right now. You have to make sure that they're supportive and make sure that they're on board with everything. And a big thing was getting Paige through high school. In fact, even after talking to some teams last year, it didn't matter what situation came about. We wouldn't have left last year because we wanted to get Paige through high school. Now that that's happened, that's what allowed us, I think, to get a little bit further on with the talks in this current situation. But it's tough. I still remember when we left Minnesota and the kids and all, the relationships that they left behind, but they're still friends with them, and they obviously came here and got a new support group and group of friends that they'll have for the rest of their lives. And now here we are going to a new situation. The boys, were young enough to move. Jack going into his junior year, that's not an easy year to move, but he's fully on board with it. He's excited about it. We did spend a few years in Chicago, which, again, gives us some familiarity with that overall area. So he's excited about the move, and so are the twins. And, I guess a little easier with the twins. You got your built-in buddy, but it's, they're excited about this opportunity. And once we got to that brand new practice facility that the Bulls have, and, we saw them in there and shooting and everything was pretty fun to see. The things I'll miss, obviously we talked a lot about the players already, but I'm gonna miss the fans in a big way. Just all the support that I've had over the years with the fans in Ames and in all of Cyclone Nation, wherever they are, is as good as any in the country, and that's something obviously you'll miss. Walking into this building for me today, and I don't know, I've been a little more emotional since I had this heart surgery. I don't know what it is, but walking down that tunnel today, it was emotional. Coming here, after, so many, it's got a certain, I still remember when I walked in here as a coach for the first time, it smelled the same. It smelled the same as when I came here. You still kind of have that popcorn aroma going through this building, and, I had it again today. So that's something that I'll miss a lot, but just everything that's associated with, with this department. And, I'll miss the people that I worked with. Jamie Pollard is an unbelievable boss that, I'll have a lifelong friendship with, because of this process. And I'm appreciative of that. Working with David Harris, as my immediate supervisor, it's so good to have, people that are supportive. And I feel like I'm walking into a great situation as well because of my relationships with the people in that Bulls organization as well. So, there's a lot of things I'll miss, but I am looking forward to coming back as a Cyclone alum to watching football games. I can't wait, till September rolls around and come back and watch games, and be there and supporting Iowa State athletics really for the rest of my life. Oh, it's been an absolute whirlwind. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy just, getting everything organized and trying to get everything figured out as far as, getting even little things, you're going to keep your cell phone number. You got to return all the things, deal with, go talk to, Iowa State HR department today and get everything closed out here, and then talking to the players. And I'm just really looking forward. And I watched some film already on some things for next year, and then putting the staff together. So there's just so many dynamics right now, to try to get through, initially. But it's exciting. It really is. It's been pretty cool, being back in that city and, just all the different things that it has to offer. And just taking the kids out to eat, it was in some pretty cool places was fun this past week. But it's a great opportunity and one of the greatest cities in the world. To watch, obviously going from a state that I grew up in that really doesn't have professional sports at the top level, now you go to Chicago and, just look at everything, and that's exciting. I know my kids are excited about that. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I don't think it would have been, tabbed as high as this team has, by the so-called experts to be a top 5, top 10 team. Just you get Jameel for a full year now. You get, Monte and George coming off all Big 12 caliber seasons. Naz sounds like he's recovering very well from his surgeries as a guy that can make clutch shots. I thought Matt Thomas finished out the year playing very good basketball. Adding Deontay Burton. Halfway through the season, the kid's an absolute horse, and I think you can use him in a lot of ways. Abdul Nader, is a guy that's just been working tirelessly. I know that from when I was here. He went home for about a week and came back for summer school, and just a kid that's really getting after it. And then bringing in, Noskoviak, I think is going to be an excellent player, and all across the board. I think it's a group that could compete with anybody. There's no doubt about it. And, a team that'll get back to the tournament. And, look, guys, anything can happen in that tournament, obviously. Look what happened last year. But, it's a team that can compete for a championship, Randy. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't think those guys could handle, those expectations. And I know they want those expectations. And like I said, the bonding that they've shown, through all this stuff that's been reported, in the media has been awesome. And again, they're going to work their tails off, and I expect them to have a great year. It's still a little surreal, I guess. It's, you look, I'm the 19th coach, I guess, and in the franchise history. When you play in that arena, I still remember my very first preseason game. We played the Bulls, and I remember running back after a layup, and what was the game? Anyway, it was an off-site game. And I literally was running back, and there's Michael Jordan, and then you go on the other side, and there's Dennis Rodman, and his green hair, and it's pretty cool playing against that, and then being a part of a playoff team on the other side, playing in the United Center is such a great place. The passion, the energy in that building, and then playing there. We won 18 games my first year there. It was Tim's second year, and the fans were still there. I mean, I guess similar to here a little bit. Whether you're winning or losing, they're there for you. you know, and they packed it, you know, over 22,000 every night, and it's a great sports town. It really is. And I know you guys that cover the media. You know, I know John Walters, being a huge Blackhawk fan, is you know the passion of that fan base, and it is for sports all across the board.